Alright, hey y'all, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Edge Theory Tub Elite. Alright, so I bought the Elite, I didn't get the Legacy. The Elite costs a little bit more, it's got a bigger chiller. So I'll go over all of that information, I'll answer a few questions that you're probably searching for on the internet for all cold tubs in general, so I'll address a few of those. I'll talk to you about the money, the budget, and I'll go over my protocol and also talk about the durability of it and how well I like it so far, okay? So, like I said, this is the Edge Theory Tub Elite. It has the 1 horsepower chiller, and I prefer to do that because I'm in Pensacola, Florida. It's going to get smoking hot in this garage in the summertime, so I wanted it to be able to cool quickly and not run forever. So that's why I went ahead and purchased the bigger motor. And so far so good, I'm happy with it. I have not noticed any crazy changes in my electric bill, so no trouble there. I have it programmed, you can get the app, and with the app it's pretty straightforward. I have it to turn on at 3:30 a.m. and it cuts off at 9:30 a.m. So I usually get in it obviously well before 9:30 and it's ready to roll. I haven't had any trouble whatsoever with that so far. Okay, so there's a real fast overview. So with the money, $56.82.40. Okay, so $5,682.40. That's what I paid. That included a $200 discount because I emailed them. I had a few questions, and the guy was like, "Hey, if you buy it now, we'll give you $200 off." I was like, "Yes." So I took that. You get a standard 1-year warranty. I ended up getting a 3-year warranty because I emailed them again. I've emailed them like 3 or 4 times. They've always answered within a day. So I emailed them, and I'm like, "Hey, I missed the Black Friday sale. It was a good one, and I was bummed about it." So they gave me an additional 2 years on my warranty, so now I have 3 years. So $56.82, included $200 off, standard 1-year warranty. I bugged them. They gave me an extra 2 years on the warranty. All right, so that's where we are with the money. I did use that Affirm, that third-party deal that they have, and I paid 0%, I think, over 3 months. Could have paid it all off at once, but like, why do it? I just thought that was a good option for me. So it's all paid off now. It's all ready to roll. Okay. All right, y'all, this will cool all the way down to 37, and it will also heat to 104, 107, something like that. I'm probably never going to use it for the heating function, so I just have it set on the cold mode. That's what I bought it for. That's why I want to use it. All right, so I have it sitting on a mat. It's a rubber mat. I got it at Walmart. It's like $32, I think, something like that. It's waterproof, and it just helps for when you're getting in and getting out. It will catch the water, and then you can brush your feet off on it. I also put a towel down before I get in, before anybody gets in, to brush your feet off and won't get as much sand and debris in the tub. All right, so when you make your purchase, you're gonna get this bag, you'll get the pump, you're gonna get all of the things that you need. So you'll have this sanitizer, you get these little test strips, you're gonna get a measuring cup that goes along with the stuff, oxidizer, you'll get this little net. You will also get a couple, I don't know how many filters they give you, they're going to give you several filters. And you will also have some spare parts, like this goes in the tube in the back, and you'll just clean this. I'll show you in a second, but you just weekly, you take this off and you just kind of put I use a toothbrush, old toothbrush, and you just scrape it off, any like fuzz, stuff like that, and get it nice and clean, and then you're ready to roll. But you got to do that weekly. In addition to checking your water weekly, do not skip this. You pay too much money for it, or you will pay too much money for it. You do not want anything to go wrong. At least I don't. So I don't mess around with the maintenance, okay? All right, so this did not come with it, and this is clean, so don't panic. This is one of those little deals you get at like the drugstore, and has multiple functions. People use them with babies and cleaning ears and things of that sort. But if you get sand in the water, and you want to get it out because you're particular like I am, I just use this. I just squish it all the way down. I put it in the bottom of the tub, and I let it just kind of blow back up, and then it will suck out the sand, because the net they gave you, that won't get any sand out. And I just saw where some sand was pooling, so this works good for that if you need a little tip there. Okay, so that's all the things that will come with it. I think I got 3 or 4 filters. I can't remember how many filters they give you, but it's enough to get you started and on the right track. When you first get the tub, I know for me, I was changing the filter weekly, and I'm not sure if the water, because it just came out of the tap or whatever, I don't know why, but it seemed that this got dirty in a hurry, and I'm very particular, again, about getting in. So everybody that gets in the tub, it's just me and a couple other people that might use it if I have visitors over. So you can, here's the rules, can't get in it without having a shower. I'm talking like shower to tub, okay? Nobody's dunking their head in it. I don't need extra hair and things in it. And your garage is shut, so go in there, no clothes on. You don't have to worry about things from the clothes, okay? And it's a whole lot, it's just less mess. All right, anyway, back to the filters though. This is one that I just changed this morning, and I had this in there for a little over 2 weeks. Might have been pushing 3 weeks. And what I do is I watch the color, and they have it online. You'll see the color that you want to watch, like when to change it. And then also on the display of your chiller, it'll show you the flow rate. And I think if it goes under 14, that's a sign to change it, even if the color isn't like dark enough. But this is like me being very careful and taking showers, and I don't get in it sweaty, and this is what it ends up looking like. You'll notice it changes pretty quickly. So these are not expensive, but again, you pay so much money for these things, I would not skip on the maintenance as far as making the purchases. So I've already bought another box of these, and I just change them as I need to. So let's not skip on the filters, okay? So let me show you kind of how if you want to, you could use it like I do. So I leave it clipped on the end, and then when I go to get in it, just easily pull this off. I leave those two clipped there, and then you just pull it off, and I just kind of leave it sitting like that. Then you're all set, you're ready to roll, okay? So far the construction is really good. It's kind of like one of those stand-up paddle boards, that's what it reminds me of. And so far, I was really concerned about this. So I know at my gym, they have another brand of tub, and one that I was actually gonna buy, but I don't want to say the name, but they're very popular. They're good on the marketing. The deal is with that tub though, I think he went through 3 or 4 chillers. Okay, he bought the big time commercial version of it. One day we went to the gym and the floor was flooded. They took forever, it felt like, to send another chiller. He ended up getting, it's like chiller after chiller kept coming in and something was wrong. So one was leaking, one flooded, one quit working, and I think one, like the fan inside of it disintegrated. So it was really weird, but that is why I kept shopping. And then I came across Edge Theory, and I've been so far so good, so happy with my purchase, okay? So durability, it's good. You can see it's nice and it's firm. And I know that a certain someone that gets in this, like actually straddles the whole thing and then gets in it, so it can support, like you can sit on it, like it's fine, okay? So no trouble there as far as the durability goes, and I was concerned, but it's so far so good, okay? This is the standard size. I did not get the XL. I'm 5'7". My sister's husband got in, he's 6'3". Granted, he only lasted like 30 seconds, sorry Tony, but he got in there. I think next time he made it a minute, and it was fine for him. Granted, he didn't get all the way, I'm just bashing on Tony, so he didn't get quite all the way to his neck, but pretty close. But you just kind of bend your legs a little bit, and he was in no problem. So he got plenty cold. He got the effects that he wanted to. So it will fit if you're concerned about the height. So I know that when I get in it, I kind of like leave my fingers, so I get the water right about here. Fingers are out, and then my toes, I leave my toes poking out at the end just because it's so cold on my fingers and my toes. So that's kind of what I do. All right, so I get in it. I haven't missed a day since November 6th. So I can't tell you all I'm not as sore from the gym. Y'all, my migraines have decreased. I don't know if that's because I've tried a lot of things over the years. And since I've included this in my kind of daily kind of routine, my migraines are almost non-existent. Like I can't tell you the last time I had a migraine. That's how much of a change it's made. Granted, I have been taking magnesium and fish oil, so I think with a combination of all those things, something's working. So I'm a believer in the cold water. So you will feel better, you're gonna sleep better, help you certainly with your soreness. I don't know if this is a technical term or not, but it almost feels like you can feel the blood flowing a little bit more. And that's something that I noticed when I was using the one at the gym, and when the chiller broke and I didn't have it for that period of time, that's really what pushed me over and made me want to make the purchase. So, and I'm telling you, for $5,700, that hurt my wallet, but it's worth it. I can tell whenever I was using it, And then when I had to quit because their chiller broke at the gym, and then I was like, I can't, like, I want it back. And so, haven't missed a day since, right? What else do we need to tell you? So what I do is I go 5 minutes, not that you care really on the protocol, but I do 5 minutes every day, first thing in the morning. I don't dunk my head, I don't go crazy, I just get up to my neck, and like I said, fingers and toes are out, and it's working so far so good, okay? Told you about keeping it clean, don't skip on the maintenance. Online on the Edge Theory website, they tell you everything you need to know about the water maintenance. It's super easy, y'all. You just take one of these little test strips, so you just pull one of these test strips out, and then you stick it in the water, right? You stick it 6 inches or so down there, and then you just read the chart here, and it will tell you how, your water, if it's good, bad, or other. And so far, mine has never been out of whack on the sanitation. The only thing that I can't quite get mastered yet is the calcium is low. So I've got to figure out if I bought some calcium and I added some, so that's where I am with the water quality. But I haven't had any trouble with that either. I know that if you look online and you'll see some people, they may have taken it down, but one of the reviews, this guy was like totally bashing them. And I read it before I made the purchase, but then when I started looking at his pictures, he didn't have enough space for the chiller to breathe, okay? So the fan blowing out on the side there, it blows out hot air, and it's kind of pulling the air from this side. Well, he had it almost like in this plastic thing, so it had nowhere to breathe. It was out in the open, in the elements. He had like crap leaves and stuff floating around in the water. And when in the back, whenever you unscrew it, the hose, to check that little mesh filter that I showed you, it was like full of algae. So that tells you immediately that he hadn't been maintaining it. I say he, I don't know who it was, but just, if you take care of it, and maybe you want to put it on the porch or put it wherever, but you have to keep it covered. I think that's on the website. But I just wanted to keep mine out of the elements. So that's why I have it here in the garage, and then you keep the door shut, and you don't have to worry about clothes and all of that, all right? But I think those are the main points. If I'm not using it, the lid is on. Everybody's going in clean. Check your water weekly. I haven't noticed any trouble yet or any increase in my electric bill. It runs 6 or 7 hours a day. It's on right now, so you can hear it's just circulating. That's because it's holding steady at, I've got it set on 42, and it's at 42. So, and it hasn't turned on the whole time I've been doing the videos here. I've only done like 90 videos to try to get this right. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments there, and I'll be sure to respond, because I was very particular about this. So another thing I'm going to include in the notes there is I'll include some links to different websites that tells you basically the benefits, and they're reputable websites. So if you're a big fan of the Huberman Lab, that podcast, he has a protocol to follow, and he brought in a researcher. She's done a ton of work on this. 11 minutes per week total is really all you have to do for the effect per her research. I do 5 minutes a day, and it gives me what I need. You don't need to go much more than, I'm probably overkill actually. So 1 to 2 minutes a day maybe, but the research shows that 11 minutes per week total, not per session, but per week, you'll start seeing the benefits. But I'm a believer. I think it works great. So the question, should you buy it? Like totally up to you which model you prefer. I don't plan on moving it, but what I do like is that when I go to, so should have said this earlier, you swap out the water like every 3 or 4 months. So probably the end of this month I will change the water. I haven't yet. And when I do that, then you can kind of clean the area if you need to. But if I want to put it on the back porch, I can. If you buy a different kind, a different model, where it's almost like a big bathtub, like the one we had at the gym, like I don't know how you move that around. But with this, you hook the hose up to it. It'll pull the water outside. You can take it up, wash it, do whatever you need to do. Okay, so I think it's good. It's durable. I haven't had any trouble whatsoever with it so far. Nothing's leaking. I did get a little panicked with all the sweat, but I mean it's going to get hot in here. So you got cold parts. I did notice too, like right here, it got a little sweaty looking, but it was not a big deal. The mat I got from Walmart here, it covered it up, and there's no problem with that. So I think I've kind of covered everything. I'll take the phone over here in a second, and I'll video the back, kind of give you an overview of what the back looks like. But that's pretty much all I do. I'll zoom in on the inside in a second too. Got this little guy floating in there, just something fun, and it shows you the temperature. So that's the plan. So when you're done though, you just cover it, obviously pull it back over. And I do this immediately. As soon as I get out, I just cover it up, pulls right back over, no problem there. Alright, and like I said, they've got these little latches, like they've got little numbers on it, so you can put a combination lock, like combo on it, if you didn't want anybody, like a kid, flipping it over and getting in, but I don't have to worry about that, so. But overall, I think it's a good way to spend your almost $6,000. Is it worth it? I think so. Alright, here is inside the tub. You'll notice there's a little bit of discoloration there. Again, I've had it for 3 months now, so I guess when I wash it, that will go away. Usually the foam or whatever that is on top, that goes away when you hop in it. So it's probably just the chemicals. This is the display, pretty straightforward. You can see it's holding steady right there around 42. That will fluctuate a little bit, like it might go to 43 before it clicks on, but nothing to worry about there. Sometimes it goes to 41, even though I have it set to 42, but it works out pretty well, okay? So in the back, I will show you, this is the filter. I just changed it today, so it's nice and fresh. Down here, this is where that metal mesh deal is inside of there, and you'll want to clean that weekly. And here's the back side, if I can zoom in, so you'll see all of that. And when the chiller is on, this fan will run, so it will blow the warmer air this way, and it pulls the air from this side. So like I said, you want to make sure that you have enough space for it there. So that's the deal.